everybody.
Hi, we're back.
We are so glad that you're here with us again this week. I'm Amber, it's Brandy, and we brought a new friend.
We have a guest star. Guest starring Alyssa Gardner.
Hello.
She flew in all the way from Iowa just to be on a beautiful and beloved video.
I mean,
your dream
that's
come
how
true,
amazing
right?
we are, right?
Yep.
Yes.
It was on my bucket list.
this
And the Ellen DeGeneres show.
and
same.
Ellen. I mean, same. Yeah.
Agreed. So we talk to you every week about what it is to live a life believing that you're beautiful and beloved and that the people around you are as well. And today we just want to talks a lot about like your value and your worth and doing the things that you dream of doing and following your passions. And we're going to talk actually today about what it's like to let somebody else follow their passions, to encourage the people around you and what makes them passionate and stoke their fire.
Not in a dirty way.
Not in a dirty way, but as I was saying it was dirty. I'm sorry.
Always.
It
this
went
is what it's
dirty
like being your friend.
as it was coming out of my mouth. I just couldn't stop it.
So we talked even in the last couple of weeks about celebrating others and kind of owning your own value so others could shine. And so kind of here's the example that I've come up with. I'm not a Boy Scout. Like, know that. Like, no one's shocked here. If you know me at all. Not a Girl Scout, not a Boy Scout. But when I've seen movies, when there are Boy Scouts there, when they're trying to make fire, like, out of nothing. Or, like, you're watching Survivor. And they're like, we need fire. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what I would do. So they take a stick and they're like, right? Like, spinning the stick over and over and over
keep
again.
making that face. I hope that's our, like...
I hope that it stops there.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're doing the stick over and over again, and all of a sudden it starts to, like, smoke. And you see the smoke, and then you see a little tiny flame, and then what do?
I don't think they blow it like that. I think it's more like a... Yeah.
I was doing, like, labor breathing.
You were. That would blow it out.
Okay.
Like this.
Whatever. This is not the point. The point is not this. Okay. So we're blowing on the flame, and then what happens is it begins to grow. And so as the flame is, as the sparks, as you blow on the sparks, they begin to gather. Oxygen. You give them oxygen, and they begin to come to life. And all of a sudden, you have this great big fire that is burning brightly. And so today we want to talk about what is it like in those first few moments, because some of you may be on this journey of like, okay, so I know my value and God's given me even this vision of the fire in the end. Like, I know kind of what it's going to look like to burn brightly, but how do I get there? Because right now I'm at this space.
And you look weird.
And you look weird, and you feel weird, and your hands hurt, and there's just a little tiny smoke, and so what happens then? And so that's why Alyssa flew in this week to spend a few days with me, and she gets to meet Amber and all my other really cool friends, which is super fun. It's like the best part about being my friend is that I have really cool friends.
That's actually true.
It is true. Thanks. Wait, and there's other... Not the point.
I'm just kidding.
So I wanted Alyssa to talk a little bit to you guys about what that process is like and how it feels.
To be like this.
To be like this. When you're in this, you just said you feel weird, right?
Yeah. You have people looking at you, watching you, maybe that don't understand, and you're longing for that. You're longing for validation because you're pretty sure that you're on the right track.
Like, you can see the flame, but...
We just live in a really unique time of life. Like, other generations didn't have the opportunity to buy a plane ticket to go be around other like-minded people. And so through the internet, through flight, makes that possible.
The miracle of the airplane.
Miracle!
That would sound
like
like
trouble.
Yes, you're right, brothers, for that donation.
And thank you, Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and thank God for Facebook.
Yeah.
Right here, moment of silence. Thank you for Facebook. Because we do get to connect with other people around the world who have similar goals and visions of the fire that they're supposed to be.
Yes.
The goal is that would happen in the local church. So that's what we're all striving for. The reality is that isn't always the case.
Right.
So I firmly believe in grow where you're planted. So I don't say that you have to always get on an airplane. But sometimes you might need that just to get you to the next level, to find your tribe, people that are like-minded and believe and can get you to the next level so that you can, pour into other people. So.
Because this part, it's hard. It really is. And there's kind of no getting around that. It's hard. It's a lot of work. It's pretty painful. You can imagine how your hands would feel doing that with a stick. And it's lonely. Like, who else is doing this? Is this even really a good idea?
If there's people just standing around you watching you.
Yep.
Like,
which is happening, most likely, for all of us when we first started. And even after we've been doing it a while, like, you start a new project. Or what about this? Or what should we do about this?
Or this wasn't working. How do I
And there's all of those lies. We've talked before about the lies of the enemy, and he's trying to tell us, like, it's not a good idea, and you're not supposed to shine, and maybe you're not made for that. But we see that flame, and so we keep on going. And so today we want to talk about, like, what is it like when we see others who are in that space, and what can we do to blow on their flame and to give their spark a little bit of oxygen.
Right. Because you can't help with this part.
You can't.
Because that's not your place, and it's not your passion, it's not your dream. You have to let somebody get it going, and you have to let them get the blisters on their hands and do the hard work. But you can add oxygen to the spark. And you can create, like, you can help them create something way bigger than what they originally imagined or envisioned or thought possible with just a little bit of smoke and spark that they were starting. So
don't we want to be those kind of people?
Right, who give oxygen to other people.
Exactly. Like, I don't want only my fire to burn bright. Because we've talked about it before, that your fire burning bright and somebody else's fire burning bright, like, that doesn't negate your fire.
Right.
Like, you don't shine...
You lose nothing.
Less because someone else shines. You lose nothing when you light someone else's fire. So why aren't we doing it? And we've done lots of work so that we can live loved and stand confident in our beauty and in our belovedness, so that then we know the truth, that we can go and we can find others and we can light their fire. So what are some tips, either how you have felt like you've taken the opportunity to blow on someone else's fire? I know it sounds weird, but we're going with this. Or how when other people have done it for you, how it's felt and what it's meant to you.
Yes.
What do you think?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to both of you.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Go ahead, Alyssa.
I'm coming from a background of being a single mom for a few years, and was on welfare for a little while, but just always had big goals and dreams for myself. And just looking back at those people that, I had a friend, she dropped off a purse and it had 7 $100 bills in it, and I lived off that $700 for like 3 months.
Oh,
and so I look back at those like gifts, and what that's turned into is something called Commission of Hope. I own a real estate
This is
company.
going to be so exciting.
How I'm using it right now at my company, I own a real estate company, and at time of closing I donate 10% of my commission earned to the nonprofit or charity of my client's choice. And it's my way of blowing on the fire of whatever's on the heart of my client. So at time of closing, I literally get out the checkbook and ask them, what's on your heart? What are you passionate about? Where is this check going to? And I've had clients say thank you. I've had them cry. I've had them, you would do that? Like, it's such a small thing, but it's actually just such a stark contrast, especially in my industry of real estate, where it's known for sometimes greed and just cutthroat and profit and things like that. So that's how it's looked for in the past when someone's done it for me, and then that's how it's looking for this vision of this Commission of Hope thing that I'm trying to, the movement I'm trying to create. No.
Yeah. And you came out partly with, you're doing this with Commission of Hope. And how has it felt for everyone we've talked to so far to be like, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. Like, what about this? And what about this? And what about this?
Yeah.
What does that do? Does it does it add oxygen to the fire?
Yeah, I just got off the phone with my husband, who's back at home running our company in Iowa, and just telling him that what I found here, I said, everywhere I turn, I've got somebody else who's, adding to this vision and affirming that and making it possible. And this Commission of Hope idea, along with all of you guys' ideas, are never meant just for me. It's, I've had people from other industries ask if they could do Commission of Hope too, and I'm like, you don't have to ask my permission. Like,
yes, you can always donate your commissions to charity.
You can always help.
No one needs to give you permission for that.
Nope.
So just the validation and just sometimes it's just moment to moment. I'm getting through the next hurdle in front of you and stuff. So it doesn't have to be. You guys don't have to fill up my cup for the next year, but if you can get me through the next 6 months, I might have to come back in 6 months.
Yeah,
because it gets hard again. It gets hard again.
It does.
And you just need a little bit of.
Right.
But, yeah.
And sometimes it's as simple as that's a great idea. Some people just need
and
that.
I think you can do that.
I think you could do that. This is brilliant. I see where this is going. I mean, we can do so much just with our words. That's why we talk about words of life here a lot. But that idea of I see you. One of the things I love about Commission of Hope is that for your clients, what you're doing is you're saying, I'm so sorry.
I just almost sneezed on you.
It's awkward.
I'm so sorry.
You're saying to your clients, I see you. And I see what's on your heart. And it might not be the same thing as on your heart. Like Uganda, heavy on your heart. Yeah. It's where you've gone and you love and you want to be invested in long term. But you also recognize that that's not everybody's thing.
But that's good, because if everybody had the same thing, then Uganda would be really well taken care of.
But
and,
the rest of the world
people everywhere,
yes,
and it would just be like a whole nother. So God breaks our hearts for different things, and that's so important. And
to celebrate.
So yes, and because your heart isn't broken in the same way for the same thing as somebody else doesn't take away from the value of what they want to do. So
or what you want to do.
Keep being encouraging.
Yes, just encourage them. See them. What is the fire? What does the fire look like?
Ask people that question
too.
I think that some people have these dreams and ideas and stuff, and they're just waiting for somebody to be like,
tell me about it.
Tell me about it. Or I can tell you're thinking about something. Like what are you stirring right now?
Right.
So that just gives them the freedom.
Yes.
Just by asking them.
And when we do that, we are expressing the image of God. El Roy, they called him in the story of Hagar, the God who sees. And it's one of our deepest longings. And so if we're going to live out the image of God in us, in a hurting world, then we need to be people who see.
Yes.
This may be your best friends, or it may be a stranger. It may mean encouraging someone you see along the way. Maybe sending a note on Facebook that's like, your idea is great and it's really beautiful, and I need you to know that who you are in this world is beautiful. And I love
it would include encouraging and supporting people who maybe have a similar vision to you.
Yes.
Or a similar
we've talked about that,
you,
like
which
we
we've
don't
talked about, that we don't compete, we celebrate.
It's like our thing.
But that is also, and that's important, not just for somebody in your life, but that's important for your soul, for your fire.
I see it happening outside of your church too.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We have TV
in
shows.
Business.
We have the Shark Tank. It's one of the most popular TV shows right now. And it's people have like these gifts and talents and ideas that they want. They're jumping up and down saying, see me, and invest in this. And I think as the church, we need to do a better job, and we can do a better job. We're called to do a better job at that.
Well, and it doesn't even mean, so some of it can be little. It can be a Facebook message, it can be a text, it can be a conversation that says, I see this is going to be amazing, it's going to be beautiful. We have a kiddo coming in. And some of it can be big, it can be mentorship. What does it look like to take someone and to mentor them? And this could be in ministry, in like life and deep and serious things. It could be in business. What does it mean to take a young realtor who comes along and say, you know what, I'm going to give you some tips. Here's what's worked for me because I see you and I see how hard you're working.
And some people just write checks, and we need people like that too. You know, I mean, if I took 50 computers to Uganda last year, and it didn't come out of it was donations. It was people who they were like, Alyssa, you're onto something. We want to be a part of it. Here's $10,000 to go do that.
Right.
So it takes, that's a big encouragement too. So.
It is. And so we can find creative ways. So we challenge you, find creative ways to blow on someone's fire.
Let's say stir their fire.
Not.
No, that's the opposite.
That's scary and terrifying. Don't do that to others like I thought. No, gentle, provide oxygen for what God's already doing. Find creative ways to do it. Meet with someone, text them, Facebook message them, offer to mentor them, give out your ideas and the way God is stoking your fire. Give out those ideas for free to others so that you can help them, and just choose to see and choose to be an oxygen giver this week. And then let us know about it. So you can comment here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can send us emails or on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you are. Find us on social media, and you can hashtag You Are Beautiful and Beloved, and let us know how you are going to give oxygen where it's needed. And also, let's celebrate where other people have done it for us. So in the areas of your life where you feel like fire's burning bright, like I'm doing great, that's because there were people who lit your fire. That there were people who added kindling. There were people who just gave that oxygen, gave that encouragement. And so let's celebrate them this week too. And again, hashtag it, You Are Beautiful and Beloved. That we are owning it because you are.
You are beautiful.
And you are so beloved. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for being here with us today. And we will see you guys next Friday. We love you.
I'm a mess today.
Hot mess.
You are a hot mess, though.
Love you.